Welcome back to PS Desire YouTube channel. In this amazing episode, we'll learn how to select and mask using an amazing Photoshop technique. I'm using this image for this tutorial, and you can download it and practice with it by following the link in the description. So, first and foremost, let's make a backdrop for this. For the time being, we can use a black background because brighter backgrounds cause the edges to go crazy. We'll figure out how to repair it later. To keep things simple, we'll use a black background. Let's unlock the background layer and place the solid color background beneath our subject. Then, instead of selecting a subject, select and mask. Let's do everything inside this workspace because you have access to all of the controls you need in this. First, click on Select Subject to choose our subject. You may notice that some parts of our subject are missing, so use the Quick Selection tool to select the unselected areas. To select, use the Brush tool and paint inside the missing areas. Then, simply click the Refine Hair button to fine-tune the hair or fur. With the exception of a few, all new details and hair strands appear as soon as you do this. Let's see how we can improve this by using the Refine Edge tool. Paint around the edges, which significantly improves the selection. It had already gotten it right in most areas with Refine Hair, and with the help of Refine Edge, it is almost perfect. Once you're satisfied with the mask, scroll down. You want to convert it to a layer mask. So, select Layer Mask from the drop-down menu and press OK. As much as it appears to be good, the mask is not yet perfect, but we can improve it with blend modes. Take a look at just the mask. To do so, hold down the Alt-Option key and click on the Mask button. As you can see, there are some areas that need to be painted white, and there are areas that have made its way inside the corners that need to be fixed. Using a soft round brush, apply white as the foreground color. Simply switch the blend mode from normal to overlay. Keep the flow at 30%. When you have overlay selected and white color on the brush, it will not paint on the black areas, no matter how hard you try. It will only paint on the areas that are closer to white. Change the color to black and paint on the dark locations that need to be fixed. That's how overlay in masking works. It's also bringing back some of the strands of fur. To reveal the subject, hold down the Alt-Option key and click on the mask again. The mask is perfect, but if we switch to a bright background, the edges will go crazy. Consider changing the color to a lighter one. Look at the edges, there's nothing but trash. Because the hair or fur is so thin that it absorbs the color of the background. Assume your subject was photographed against a dark background, and the hair or fur around the edge of the frame has taken on the color of the background. So, in short, we must transform the edge fur so that it absorbs the color of the bright background. So, to fix this issue, we are going to use layer blending modes. Let's duplicate the mask layers twice. Group layers and label them as for bright areas. Drag the group under the mask layer. Set the group blending mode to screen. It is far more defined. Look around, we can see all of these strands. Duplicate the group and rename it for dark areas. Change group blending to multiply. Hold down the Alt or Option key and click on the mask icon to add an inverted mask to the group. Make the foreground color white. Change the blending mode of the brush to normal. To fix the mask fringes, paint on shadow areas. Now, while holding down the Alt or Option key, click on Mask and drag it to the Bright Areas group. Invert the mask by pressing Ctrl or Command I, which inverts the mask. Take a look at the cat's bright side now. This appears to be flawless. Every edge, every strand just pops out so nicely, and it also gets brighter depending on the background, and it just fits in so well. You can now change the colors, create a vignette, and use different backgrounds. So now you know how to select fur in Photoshop. You can improve the edges by using blend mode techniques like this.